I remember making one of these videos a long time ago. I want to say it was 2020. I want to say it was 2020, between 2018 and 2020. And I remember being in Maryland. It was, yeah, it was 2020. My split with my ex-wife had just happened. I was kicking it with Kamai for the summer, took it to Alabama, and then I took her back up to Maryland to start school. I had no job lined up. Uh, my armory, my unit let me sleep at the armory. I slept in the maintenance shed. I think I was getting unemployment. I'm not sure. I don't know how I was making it. But I remember making a video like this and basically being prepared for my life to be different. And now here I am, 6 years later, making the same type of video. 6 years later, now I'm about to go through another traumatic change. But one thing about those 6 years, I knew within myself that I was gonna find a way to make it. The only difference is I didn't have so much stuff to lose that I have now. But my determination was to be there for my daughter, to find a way to be there for her. I knew it was gonna suck, but I didn't care. As long as I had proximity to her, that's all that mattered. 6 years later, getting ready to get on the plane in about 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks. No job offers yet, but tomorrow I have a interview for a front desk receptionist role with French Consulting. And on Tuesday, I have a interview with the Vicenza Health Clinic for a GS role, GS11. I've been applying for roles for so long, for the past 6 months, and getting crickets, getting radio silence. I've done one interview for a supply tech role and the end of March, and here it is, about to be June. I haven't heard anything from them, so probably gonna can that. But I'm saying that to say that I've done so much stuff and tried so much stuff to get to this point to where I'm about to lose a major part of income in my life that represented stability, that represented taking care of my family. It makes me feel good to be able to pay bills. It makes me feel good to be able to sponsor trips. It makes me feel good to take everybody out to dinner and cover it. It makes me feel good to cover any unexpected expense. Because for so long, I wasn't able to do that. And I built myself up to a point here in Alabama where I could finally do that again. So Maryland was very foundational to my becoming who I was, because I came from nothing and built myself up to what I became in Maryland. So Maryland, I always have a soft spot in my heart. Alabama is home, man. It's home, is where I'm from. Montgomery, born and raised. And that's where I became the provider male that I am now. I wasn't able to provide much in my first marriage, which, bygones be bygones, it is what it is. I had to bump my head and learn. But now, here I am stepping into this new version of my life to where I have to rebuild all over again. And I'm nervous about how long that's gonna take. I'm nervous about that not happening, but I've started talking to Jesus, started talking to God every day on my spiritual path, and trusting in Him to provide everything that I'm asking for in order to still be present in my daughter's life, to still take care of my family now that I have with my new wife and kids, and just be able to provide a life of not super abundance, but not lack either. So It took me a long time to come to grips with this move. Like I said, it is what it is. Still nervous. I spend a lot of time being mad, being angry, but now I'm just at the acceptance phase of what's to come. But we'll see what Italy has to offer, man. I'm excited about these job interviews that I have lined up. I'm gonna do my best at these roles. Of course, I'm not making what I'm making now, but as a man, I have to do something. It doesn't matter what it is, I have to do something. I can't sit on my butt and wait for anybody to give me anything, because that's just not how I'm built, and that's not what life has showed me. Even when I was working in that armory in Maryland, I was getting up every day, putting that uniform on, and working for free, just to earn my keep, because I wanted to show people that I was dedicated to doing this. So I'm gonna have to do the same thing here in this situation. So Alabama here represents that stability phase that I had, getting remarried, joining, blending families. And it also represents, I'm grieving it too, because I'm grieving the life that I built here, that God allowed me to provide. I'm grieving the close proximity to my daughter. Even though we're 6 hours away now, I still drive up there to see her all the time. I'm grieving that. I'm grieving that change. She might not be thinking about it right now, but I am. I think about that daily. Being concerned about wanting to be in your child's life and being financially stable does not make anybody a bad person. I do place emphasis on that because those are my responsibilities. But I'm just grieving all of that, man. So I was gonna go out tonight. I was gonna go to the bar, to the Sugar Shack in Dothan, the world-renowned, world-famous Sugar Shack. But I'm tired, man, and I'm thinking to myself, I have this interview tomorrow. I have this interview Tuesday. Why would I go to the Sugar Shack just to see people do what they always do? It's gonna always be there. Whenever we come back, the Sugar Shack will be there. Even if it's not Alabama, if it's anywhere else in the country, it's always gonna be a Sugar Shack. But there's not always gonna be a chance for me to find a way to find employment in an O'Connor situation where job opportunities are so competitive because they're so rare and far in between. So I guess it's just the growth in me, pause. I guess it's just the growth of maturing and becoming a man. So that's what I got going on. I got my setup already. Got my interview prep. I got my slide deck to show why I would be the best candidate. And then over the weekend, I'll study for the next role. Rinse, wash, repeat, do the same thing. And God's will, before I get on that plane, I get an offer letter. Because that's one of the multiple things I've been praying for, whether it's a offer letter through employment or more income through my businesses. You should check out my businesses in my bio. OCP is the offers. 92 Y Careers, I offer career counseling and career development for 92 Yankees that want to come out into the civilian world and make real money. And also now my kids' coloring book, Little Heroes, has over 30 plus Army careers dedicated towards kids, educational, interactive with your kids, so you can show them what you do in your day job. It's no violence, no guns. It's fun and educational for kids that want to learn about the military. So shameless plug. But that's all I got for y'all tonight, man. I'm finna kick it, probably drink me some Jack. I don't even know if I'm gonna go to the store and get some Coke. I'm just gonna drink it raw and call it a night and pray and do good on these interviews. So I'll holler at y'all.